again, but in a different venue. My name is Sandy the Sandman Robinson, and I am the manager of one of the greatest players to ever lace up his movie trivia boots, and that is Jeremy the Atom Adams. Jeremy, we're here again. How you doing?
It's bittersweet. I did, some people may remember, I played in this league, Full Metal. This is my home league, was a co-founder, and then I had the good fortune to win some matches and be a champion, but I stepped away for some mental health stuff, took some time off, and I'm back, and it feels good, to be back here. But the thing is, I follow the rules just like everybody else, and the records are wiped out. I'm back at zero. I'm not coming in as a champion. I'm not coming in as some, hot dog. I'm just here as a player. And, I think maybe the retirement gods caught up with me because I got, one of the toughest challenges of my life today. Jake Meltzer, he is, one of the new phenoms. He's great. He's the new question writer here. And man, I know I'm going to have my hands full. But, I've been training my butt off this week, and I just want to do the Rocky thing, give it my all, and have a great match. And
You're never one for not being prepared, and that's one of the things that I love about you and the way you play. I mean, you even had your wife watching some movies that she doesn't normally enjoy. So, that's the thing. You said it right on the head. Jake, Jake is Jake. He's our head writer at Full Metal, and he's a hell of a player. And, that's tough, for you to deal with. But here's something that Jake doesn't know. Jake's never played you either. He only knows you as a champion and what you've done in other leagues. And if that doesn't frighten him a little bit, then he's not taking you as seriously as you need to be taken. But we're going to do our thing. We're going to let Jake do his thing. And at the end of the day, your hand is going to be held high. And we're going to move on to your next match to regain that championship from Michaels.
All right. Well, let's do it.
All right.
What's up, Jake? Here we are in Full Metal. A little different venue for us, but you definitely know what's going on here. And Jeremy was a champion, but is a very important word there. What you have done is you have created this faction by winning a manager bowl. You have done fantastic in so many things. How are you feeling today? Because I know you have skills. I know Jeremy's good, but I also know you're very good. So how are you feeling?
I feel ready. Like, I have been waiting for a year to play here. A year. I was supposed to play last fall, but I was working like 60 hours a week, so that wasn't going to happen. And I had to wait and wait and wait. And who did I get for my first match? I got somebody who the last match he played, he got the singles belt by knockout. So that's what I'm up against today. But somebody's being thrown to the wolves today. It's not me. So Jeremy thinks he can come back here. I know he was very respectful to me. I know how good of a player he is. He might not think I do. Trust me, I do. And I prepared accordingly. So I am ready to get this match underway. I'm ready to answer some questions. And I'm ready to prove that I belong at Jeremy's level. Let's go.
Let's do this.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Full Metal Singles. Tonight we have for you one of probably the biggest match of the season so far, maybe the biggest match of the season we're going to have. It is Jeremy Adams versus Jake Meltzer. This is a match, when we were looking at the schedule, who made the roster for this season. Jeremy coming in, like you mentioned, when you go away for as long as he did, you come back with a reset record. So he's 0-0. Looking at who we could put him against, across the way was with Jake with an 0-0, and we said, you know what, maybe we could set these guys up, feed them some easier competition, put them on a collision course, play later down the road. I said, no, you know what, let's just start it off. Let's take advantage. Let's get the ratings boost. Have these guys go head to head and right off the bat and see what happens. Yeah, Jeremy. Jeremy's resume doesn't need talked about. He's multiple championships. But Jake's making a name for himself quickly, really establishing his pedigree. He was a champion over at Ontal. He won the Manager Bowl and the free for all over in Multiplex. So he's getting a lot done. So I thought this was a perfect O versus O match to start things out. With me today is Brian Michaels. Brian, as champion and the guy who may be facing one of these guys down the road, how you feel about this match?
I'm glad you put them against each other because maybe if one of them starts off with a loss, that's one less one of them I have to face later on. But yeah, I mean, this is obviously going to be possibly the biggest match of the year because I mean, these are two great guys. Jeremy obviously has done kind of his thing everywhere. Jake, I think the strongest, the most intimidating rookie of the season. And both of them are head writers or have been head writers before. And I always tell people the best way to get better at trivia is to write questions for trivia. You've been a head writer. I've been a writer. Barr's a champion elsewhere. He's a writer. Jeremy has. Jake has. I think it's the best way to get better at it. So you got two of these guys with just huge knowledge going against each other. This is going to be a great match.
All right. Well, without further ado, I know they're both chomping at the bit. Let's get started. Introducing first, with a record of 0 wins and 0 losses, represented by his manager, Sandy Robinson. It is the former singles and team champion, Jeremy the Atom Adams. And his opponent, representing Fun DMC, it is with a record of 0 wins, 0 losses. It is Jake Meltzer. All right, gentlemen, you know how it works. Round number 1 is your whiteboard round. You're both going to get 8 questions from 8 different categories. For each question, you're going to have 15 seconds to write the answer down. After time is up, verbalize and show your answer. Correct answers are worth 1 point. If you get all 8 questions correctly, there will be a bonus question. Does anybody have any questions? Everybody ready to go? All right, let's do it. Brian, you want to take question number 1?
Same.
All right. Question 1 comes in the category of thrillers. And that question is, the film Crawl revolves around what species of animal? And I will say there is a wrong answer. Make sure you give the right one. And now I've just made them both double guess their answers.
All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll start with Jake.
Please be an alligator.
And Jeremy.
Okay. I don't know. Alligator.
Alligator is correct.
I was not going to accept crocodile.
That's fair.
All right, question number 2 in the category of actors and actresses. What film's cast includes Garrett Hudland, Rose Byrne, and Brian Cox? Well, I can't say much about any of these without risking giving anything away.
I was thinking, what can we talk about? No, can't talk about that.
No, just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we will start with Jeremy.
Don't have it.
And Jake?
I don't have it either. I just said spy.
Correct answer was Troy.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
And just as a reminder, because I don't think either of us mentioned it, you both get 3 repeats and 1 challenge. You know that, but that's for the viewers. So there you go. Question 3 in the category of family movies. What is Roger Dearly's occupation in the live-action version of 101 Dalmatians?
Looking forward to Cruella, Brian?
I'm cautiously optimistic. I mean, I'm not a big fan of these live-action remakes, but at least this one's kind of taking a different take on it, not just a carbon copy, so I do like that.
I feel like Disney just watched Birds of Prey. It was like, we'll do that. Pens down. Pens down, Jake. And we will start with Jake.
He's a composer, like a music composer.
And Jeremy.
And I'm sorry, did you say Jeremy?
Yeah, good, Jeremy. Yeah.
I have songwriter.
That's incorrect. He was a video game designer. In the animated version, he was a composer.
Is it lawyer is the answer?
Video game designer.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Question number 4 comes in the category of directors. What is the only film Sylvester Stallone directed that he did not also star in?
Do you have a favorite Sylvester Stallone movie, Kirk?
I do, but I don't want to say it in case it's the one that... 5,
He didn't direct Oscar,
4,
so I'll say that.
3. That's definitely not my favorite. 2, 1. Pens down, and we will start with Jeremy.
Strange thing, my grandfather was actually on the set of the filming of this, with a little family story. Staying Alive.
And Jake.
Staying alive.
Staying alive.
I have no anecdotes.
Sorry.
Score remains tied 2-2.
In the category of comedy movies, what is the name of Ralphie's younger brother in A Christmas Story?
Fucking Christmas questions.
It's getting kind of hot out. You know, if you got to bring some Christmas into it. Why limit it to just winter?
4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Okay, that's Jake's first repeat.
In the category of comedy, what is the name of Ralphie's younger brother in A Christmas Story?
What was the best Christmas present you ever got as a kid, Brian?
The best Christmas present. You know, probably the Atari 2600. That'll date me right there. There you go.
I'm right there with you, bud. That was a big one. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And pens down, Jeremy. And we will start with Jake.
Freaking Christmas movies are the bane of my existence. Stevie.
And Jeremy.
I couldn't remember. It's a Billy.
The correct answer was Randy. Randy.
Come on, Randy.
Score remains tied.
Question number 6 in the category of sci-fi fantasy. Who plays the titular character in Alita Battle Angel?
Did you like this movie, Kirk?
I did. I thought it was pretty good. It was fun.
It was all right.
I feel like they should have saved some for the sequel because it was kind of overstuffed, but it was still
Wasn't a fan
fun.
of the big eyes
3,
look. But
2, 1. Pens down, and we are going to start with Jake on this one.
Rosa Salazar.
And Jeremy.
Okay. Rosa Salazar.
Both are correct.
all right, still tied. 3-3. Going to question 7. In the category of 1990s, the 1992 Cameron Crowe film Singles takes place in what U.S. city? Again, can't say much about this without giving things away.
I mean, we could really ourselves to talking about this.
We're making this riveting to watch.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Start with Jeremy
Seattle.
and Jake.
It's nice to feel young for once in a call. Seattle.
Both are correct. And your final question, coming, of course, in the category of plot summary. Name the movie from the following summary. A beautiful muse inspires an artist and his older friend to convert a dilapidated auditorium into a lavish roller skating club.
I did not. I cut out on that.
I'll give you. Yeah, it's a long one. I'll give you a technical repeat on that. In plot summary, a beautiful muse inspires an artist and his older friend to convert a dilapidated auditorium into a lavish roller skating club. Do a lot of roller skating in your time, Brian?
You know, I went to those school skate parties. They had those.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Later on, I did a little bit of rollerblading. That's about it.
No roller derby. 3,
No.
2, 1. Pens down, and we will start with Jake
No idea. I said ATL.
and Jeremy.
Xanadu.
Xanadu is correct. So the
Well, I
last,
feel bad for being young.
on that last question, Jeremy does break the tie. I have a score with Jeremy at 4, or Jeremy at 5, and Jake with 4. Brian, as we have.
That is what I have as well.
Okay. If everybody's ready, we're going to go into round number 2. This is your will round. Brian, do you want to remember the rules for round number 2?
I certainly will. Round number 2, the leading player will decide to go first or second. The player who goes first will bet on either red or black. The wheel will be spun and land on a category or a color. If a color is spun, the player with that corresponding color will choose the category for themselves or their opponent. If a category is spun, the player spinning can choose to take it or respin. If you respin, you will have to stick with whatever category the wheel lands on that second time. From each category, you'll receive 4 questions worth 2 points each. You can go to multiple choice, but that brings it down to 1 point. and stealing is available. The categories you had for today for your round 2 wheel are time travel movies, Oscars, romance, Francis Ford Coppola, 1990s, Samuel L. Jackson, scores and soundtracks, comedy, Jeremy's strength of Dustin Hoffman, and Jake's strength of pre-2000 Jean-Claude Van Damme.
All right. And since Jeremy is in the lead, we'll bring in his manager, Sandy, and ask, do you want to spin first or second?
Okay, so based on how we finished off in round 1, I'm going to say probably going first is the right way to go because we have the most options of what's on there.
I agree.
You
All
agree?
right. Okay. And would you like the color of red or black?
Always bet on black.
All right. So Jeremy will be black. Jake will be red. And let's bring up the wheel for Jeremy's first spin.
Okay. All right, here's your first spin, Jeremy.
Easter colors. Lands on Francis Ford Coppola. You want to keep that one or do you want to spin again?
Okay, so it really did put us into our.
Yeah, I think we stick with
still
it.
lots on the board, but I think we have to stick with it.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's do that.
All right.
You want to take it?
Okay.
All right. Then Jeremy, I will read your questions in the category of Francis Ford Coppola.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Question number 1. In Peggy Sue Got Married, what kind of event is Peggy Sue at when she faints and reawakens in 1960?
High school reunion.
That is correct for 2 points. Question number 2. What singer played Dracula's assistant Renfield in Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Tom Waits.
That is correct for 2 points. Question number 3. In The Rainmaker, a young attorney goes up against what type of company?
An insurance company.
That is correct for 2 points.
I'm going to challenge that. It's
gonna
specifically a health insurance company. So
I'm sorry?
I think it's a health insurance company specifically. I don't know if you would accept the general answer, but
Okay.
I think I'm going to challenge.
All right.
Specifically health insurance.
Okay, challenge is on the board. So we will be right back. Okay, we are back from the challenge, and it has been determined that because we did not ask for specifics in the questions, we are going to accept Jeremy's answers of insurance. So that will Jake has used his challenge for the match, and we'll move on to Jake's question number 4. I'm sorry, Jeremy's question number 4.
Jeremy.
Who played Tucker's son, Preston Tucker Jr., in Tucker, A Man in His Dream?
My idol is a young man, Christian Slater.
That is correct for 2 points. And that brings Jeremy's round to end, going perfect in Francis Ford Coppola. His score is now at 13, and we bring up Jake's Will. Let's bring in the Will and Anthony. All right, and Jake, here is your first spin.
Can't worry about that. Just got to answer your questions in this one.
And lands on Oscars. You want to keep that, or would you like to spin again?
DJ, spin that shit. Let's go.
Right.
All right, and it's scores and soundtracks. Brian, would you like to read Jake his questions?
Take your time. Multiple if you need it. Just grab a few. So you need.
All right. Scores and soundtracks. First question. Who composed the scores for 2 Batman films and all 3 50 Shades movies?
Danny Elfman.
That is correct for 2 points. Question 2. What 80s film featured the songs What a Feeling and Maniac?
Flashdance.
That is correct for 2 points. Question 3 in scores and soundtracks. What song plays during the Quicksilver Mansion rescue scene in X-Men Apocalypse?
God. It's okay. I'm trying to get the name of the song right. Sweet dreams, and then in a parentheses are made of this.
That is correct.
Okay.
For the record, I actually had except just Sweet Dreams. They didn't have Sweet Dreams.
Okay. I wasn't.
And your final question in scores and soundtracks. In which classic musical does Frank Sinatra sing the songs Sue Me and Adelaide?
Guys and Dolls.
That is correct. Both players sweeping round 2.
Expected nothing less. That takes us to a score of, after round 2, Jeremy lead by 1.13, Jake at 12. And that takes us to round number 3. This is our deep cut round, gentlemen. And let me scroll down to the rolls because there's a lot of them, and I will read them to you. Okay, round number 3. There will be 2 questions worth 2 points and 2 questions worth 4 points each. No multiple choice, no stealing. Will be spun to determine each question, movie for each question. You will have the option to respin 1 time only in round 3, so choose wisely. Player behind will start answering questions first. Once that player ties or moves ahead, the second player will start to answer questions. Each player will go back and forth answering their questions, so one player is mathematically eliminated. And your movies for tonight are Witness for the Prosecution, Alien, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, Liar Liar, Hereditary, Life of Brian, Magic Mike, and A Simple Favor. So, Jake, since you are behind by 1 point, we're going to let you go first. Let's bring in Anthony and the Will for round 3. And this will be your first spin for your 2-point question.
Jake, that was awesome round 2. Well done.
Thanks, buddy.
And it lands on a simple favor. You want to keep that, or do you want to spin again?
I'll keep that.
Yeah, keep it. It's just 2.
All right, and I will read Jake his questions round 3. Your 2-pointer, Jake, in simple favor. Who plays Margaret McLandon?
Gene Smart.
That is correct for 2 points. And the lead. So we'll bring the Will back up and bring in Sandy for Jeremy's 2-point question.
Dude, you did great in round 2. Good job. Keep it up.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
All right, here's your spin. Let's try that again.
No. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Is it for 2 points? It's only
2
one.
points, there's only 1. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking 4. My fault, my bad.
Yeah, you're taking
I'll
this
take
one.
it.
Brian, you'll give him his question, Alien?
I certainly will. For 2 points, in the movie Alien, who plays the character Parker?
It is just one of those things. Yaphet Kotto.
That is correct for 2 points.
R.I.P.
Reclaiming the lead there, so we'll bring the Will in for Jake's first 4-point spin.
All right. Come on.
Liar, liar, you want to keep that one, or are you going to spin again?
It's the last movie I watched before this match, so
Okay.
it's pretty fresh.
I think
So,
you should keep this one. If we need to respin, use on the next, because this one will be a little bit simpler.
I'll keep it.
Keep it.
All right, your first 4-pointer in the movie Liar, Liar. When Greta catches on that Fletcher can't lie and asks about the antique silver frame Fletcher gave her that he had originally said came from Tiffany's, he says he got it from where?
Wow. You can't even hear it because he's saying it like a little baby. 5,
4, 3, 2.
I'm not going to pull it.
1.
No, don't waste a repeat.
Okay. Correct answer was a garage sale.
You can't hear that. I don't know how, unless you're watching with subtitles, but okay, sure.
So we'll bring in the Will, and this will be your 4-point question. You need to hit this one to take it back to Jeremy. And it's Life of Brian. You want to keep that one? You want to spin again?
How you feeling about Life of Brian?
I mean, I feel good about it. It's just after the ridiculousness of that last 4-pointer, I'm starting to doubt myself a little bit.
Don't do that. That was a tough one because you're right. He said it very, but how do you feel here? We do have a respin. There's a lot of good movies on this wheel. I know you studied them all. If you feel you're a little more not as confident as some of the other ones, then maybe it's worth a shot. It is going to be a more quirkier Monty Python type. So
yeah, I don't hate it, but I might as well spin again, use it.
all right, let's try. Go for
Okay.
something.
Spin it again.
This will be the movie for your second 4-point question. Alien.
That's fine. Yeah. Cool. All right. Just take your time. You got 2 repeats left. Use them as you need them.
Okay. Kane says the first thing he is going to do when he gets back is what?
Do you need the exact quote?
No.
It's not a quote. No, just.
Okay. He's gonna get some decent food.
That is exactly what we have.
And
so
that was the
quote. Okay, so that puts Jake back in the lead at 18. And so Jeremy, if he hits either of his 4-pointers, will win the match. So we're going to spin for his first 4-pointer here.
Good job on that name, man.
Yep.
Liar, liar.
How do you feel?
Yeah, Sandy. Based on that last question, let's give it another spin.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll take it, of course.
Yep. Don't have a choice.
Okay. Witness of prosecution, your first 4-point question. What is the total amount of money Sir Wilfrid ends up giving the woman with the letters?
45 pounds.
And your winner, Jeremy the Adam Adams. Correct answer was 45 pounds. So Jeremy does win at the final score of 19-18. We will go now to our post-match interviews, and we will start with our second place finisher, Jake, and we'll bring in his manager, Anthony. All right, that's as close as it gets. I mean, it was 1 point difference in round 1. You both went perfect in round 2. Exactly what we expected. Just one of those things at the end. It sometimes it's a deep question. It's something you miss. How you guys feeling overall about the match and your performance?
You talk.
All right, Jake. I mean, that was a really tough 4-pointer. Xanadu is the one you miss around 1. I mean, like, who the hell cares about that movie? You did really well. Those round 1 questions were very difficult. You stayed with them the whole way. You did fantastic in round 2 on scores and soundtracks, which is not an easy category. You crushed that. You stayed with him the whole way. And the only one you missed, I know the exact part you're talking about. He says it in such a high-pitched voice. It is very hard to hear. But it's a tough one. And Liar Liar is one of his movies. You said you just watched it. But you played really well. You obviously studied. They put you against an absolute monster in your first match. And that's because you are an absolute monster. You know all your stuff. And if there's 90% of this league, you are destroying. There are some great players, people here that might be here, but you did great. There's nothing to put your head down about. Jeremy played a great game as well, but you were right there the entire time and just missed. Really, it was one question. That is a very difficult deep cut question. And that's all it was. There's nothing to put your head down about. You played great, and I mean that round 2 could have broke you, and you crushed it.
Yeah, and I want to choose my words carefully because I don't want to come across like a dick. It just really sucks knowing how much work I put into this match because I knew how great of a player Jeremy was. So this is probably the second most I've ever studied for a match, other than the manageable in the other league. I worked really hard, and I don't feel like I played up to how much I studied. And I'm gonna that. I already had I already had not great feelings towards Xanadu. I haven't seen it, but just knowing that it exists. So This is yeah. This one's gonna sting. I mean, I know that I'm gonna get another match. Hopefully, it's not championship match level difficulty like it was today. I was afraid of that, but I answered what was in front of me to, at least in the I hope, to the best of my ability. It just, I don't want to take anything away from Jeremy though. Like, he played up to ring rust. There was no ring rust for him. He played really well, and I hope that's the only time I lose this year though, because Jeremy, I think made a mistake beating me, because this is gonna. Everybody else is in trouble right now because I'm so pissed off at this loss, and I know that's gonna make me sound like a dick, and I know that's a problem that I've had in these leagues, but yeah, it's just a bummer. But great game, Jeremy, and whoever you play next. They should be scared too, because you're ridiculously good at this.
All right. Well, like you said, we will be seeing you again soon, and I'm sure you'll have better luck next time. But thank you for playing today, and let's bring in our winners for tonight, Jeremy and his manager Sandy. Jeremy, pick it up right where you left off. The big win over a big opponent. I know how seriously you're taking this. How you feel about this match?
Well, I mean, Jake made an interesting comment and said this was the second most he ever studied for a match. You know, you guys know me. I played a lot of matches. I've played a lot of title matches. This is the most I've ever studied for a match. I've been watching these Full Metal matches. I know these questions are no joke. You cannot come in here resting on past laurels and be like, well, I know stuff. I'm good. I won before. No, man, I've seen what you guys ask in round 3 these days. And so I knew I had to up my game. I've spent hours. I watched every round 3 movie. I took notes. I recorded. I shouldn't give away all my secrets. I did a lot to study. I did a lot of crazy stuff. I worked an overnight shift at my job and somehow found a way to study while I was doing it. So all I can say is the only reason that I did all of that was because I respect Jake so much. I do think he's the best new player. I think that, man, that could have just as easily gone the other way. I mean, I didn't know that liar question. I studied that movie. I studied the dialogue in that movie. That one evaded me. I could have got it. I could have got something else. I could have got a different category. There's any number of things that could happen. We're very evenly matched. He's a great player. And he's a great guy. And I fully, agree with him that I'm scared about whoever he's going to face next. But yeah, this is very emotional for me. I was, tearing up a little bit off camera because I studied so hard for this, and I really wanted to not come back and just, crap the bed after, coming back. So I'm going to let Sandy take the next thing because I'm stumbling over my words.
Listen, first off, you played a great match. I could see that there were some questions in round 1, in round 2, that you were sitting there and you were struggling with, but you ended up pulling the right answers out of them. And that's the true statement of a champion, that you can do that. Jake is a future champion. There's no question about it. The way he prepares, the way he plays. I mean, I would love for him to change his name from the Rookie to the Iceman, because he's literally like Val Kilmer in Top Gun. He just waits for somebody to make a mistake and pounces on it. And unfortunately, he ran up against you this time. And that's, good for both of you, because you guys pushed yourselves and you studied the most I've ever seen you study for this match. So that's a compliment to Jake right there. And for Jake to do the same thing, he compliments you as well. So he played a great match. But you know what? You're going to move on. You're going to move on. You're 1-0 now. You're going to rebuild that record. I hate the fact that Jake is 0-1. It's sort of like Andrew James Barr. Where else he played great, and then he moved over and could not get himself a win if he paid for it. But I'm scared of whoever Jake plays next. Please, Kirk, do not let it be me. because it'll be a knockout after the first round. That's not good television. I'm just telling you right now. But you know what? It was a great match. It was a lot of fun to play, Jeremy. I'm so proud of you. You're making me look good. So yeah,
You
so
helped me a lot. I gotta tell you, the best new manager in the league, Sandy Robinson.
Wow. Let's pull a few more, more clients in and get them some wins too before we put that on the marquee. But you know what? This is a great league. It's the Premier League. You guys are doing a great job, and Jeremy, you're on your way back up to your championship.
All right. Well, like you said, that is, that is a 1-0 start for you. So you're, like I said at the beginning, you're back where you, right where you finishing off or starting off right where you finished. So congratulations, and we will definitely see you again soon. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you.
And we're going to go to final thoughts now. This match was everything we thought it would be. It was 1 point difference going into round 2. One question difference in round 1, and maybe a different wheel spin. And this is probably going deep into sudden death. So, Brian, your final thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, most of what I was thinking has already been said. It was close the whole way. I'm not surprised they both went perfect for 10 or 8 full points in their round 2 because these guys both know their stuff. Round 3, I know as much as anybody. You're at the mercy of the wheel. You never know what movie's going to bring up, and then even movie, the questions, you never know what you're going to get. I will say this much: I know what he's talking about as far as being a motivator. I started out Full Metal 0-1, and look where I am today. So, I'm looking out not only for Jeremy, who's got to win, but this has not made me look take Jake any more lightly either, because he's going to be up there fighting for titles anytime soon.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, this takes nothing away, and this person's going to look down on what Jake did here today and say, "Oh,
Oh, absolutely not. He had a great game. He just happens to come in slightly behind Jeremy. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, you come that close to Jeremy, and everybody knows what that means. So he played great. We'll see him again. Of course, we'll see Jeremy again, and this match will definitely have repercussions throughout the rest of the season. So we're going to call it a night for this evening. Thank you, everybody, for watching. For Brian, for Jake, for Jeremy, for Sandy, for everybody else. Thank you very much. We will see you next time. Have a good night.